how to build a profitable business coaching practice from the get-go, regardless of what your background is, in the season of life, in the chapter that you're looking for. Perhaps you own or you've owned a business. Maybe you've been in executive work, VP, SVP, ministry. You've been in middle management, whatever. And you're looking to take your background and you want to be able to help other business owners succeed, get clarity, improve their profitability, their team, culture, all those things, right? But you're not exactly sure how to pull it all together. That's what we're going to show you here at a very high level, our system that we have called the focus method, just to give you an idea. So you can determine, hey, this is interesting. I'd like to learn more about it. We'll talk about that, but really high level here, but just something to give you some meat to think about exactly what this is and how it might be able to help you if you so choose to believe so. So regardless of what you do, in terms of building everything yourself, hard to do, by the way, if you decide to work with somebody else or if you decide to work with us, there's three things that you have to solve to build a legitimate business coaching practice, okay? The first one is, get my mouse to go in there, there we go, is how to attract quality prospects. Here's the reality that few people will tell you. There's dozens of ways to do it, and they all work. Some of the big ones that you're probably familiar with: strategic networking, your sphere of influence, educational workshops, joint ventures, and so on. All of them work. The question is, what's the right fit for you and your background, your gift mix, your skill sets, and so on? The second thing you have to solve, how to convert those prospects into high-paying, ongoing, monthly clients. Bottom line, to do this, you must have an effective demonstration. How are you going to show a business owner how they can improve their revenues, their profits, as well as solve some of the issues that are going on in their business? What's that going to look like? You got to have a demonstration to do that very thing, okay? And then how to coach clients to get results with this simplicity, okay? Lots of business owners are overwhelmed. They're pulled in 1,000 different directions. How are you going to show them to get forward progress, but to do so in a simple manner? That's the three things that you have to solve, period. Again, whether you do it by yourself, somebody else, with us, doesn't matter. And that never stops. You will always have to solve those three things. I don't care if it was 20 years ago or 20 years from now, it's all the same. Those are the three areas that you will have to make a decision on what you're going to do to build your business, your coaching business, in those three areas. Let me give you a very, very, very high level overview of the focused method. It's a soup to nuts, step by step, paint by numbers process, but you get to go build your business how you want. Charge what you want, keep 100% of what you earn. It's your name. This is not a franchise. Yes, it's franchise-like, but it's not a franchise. You get to go have the flexibility that you want to do it your way, which we'll talk about if you're interested in learning more with us or not. By the way, somewhere on this video, there should be below here a calendar. There's a link somewhere to a calendar link to book and explore this systems call. We'll explain what that is in just a moment. All right, so let's talk about number one, how to attract quality prospects, okay? Number of ways to do that. Inside of our system, we have all the training and the resources and tools in all of the ways. These are some of the bigger ones. There's an introduction to lead generation. There's the specifics to joint ventures, to networking, to live events, and so on. We sit down with you one-on-one in our system. You have your very own one-on-one coach advisor, all right? As well as weekly masterminds if you want to plug into those, and so on. And we're going to help you determine what direction do you need to go in pertaining to the avenue of building those relationships and adding value to those that we call prospects. I also would call that just expanding and adding to your network on a consistent basis, okay? So regardless of which ones you choose, we have all kinds of resources and tools. We're just going to help you figure out which ones you need because everybody's in a different spot. You may have extensive experience in an area, or you may not have. That's going to make the difference of what you need in your world, okay? So there's online modules. Again, I can't stress enough. You'll have weekly ongoing conversations with your coach advisor on a number of these areas. And then we have specific training for all of the areas. So if you said, hey, I know a lot of other folks in my community, I would love to partner up with them to figure out how to get connected to others in my community. I would like to do that in a professional way. then we're going to point you in this direction. We're going to walk through. You're going to start going through the training. We're going to talk with you on it one-on-one and go from there, okay? So again, that may not be your lane, but regardless, we're going to help you do that. Or it might be in different seasons. You do different things, which is totally fine to do it that way. Side note, in our system, we ghostwrite a book with you as a lead gen process. You can have it printed if you want. It deals with the 12 foundational principles of profitability, of a profit and revenue growth. We'll talk about what that looks like. So you have a resource of tangibility to improve your prominence as a verified author and so on. We'll talk about that as well. Number 2, how do you convert the prospects that you are talking to into ongoing high-paying monthly clients? You got to have an effective demonstration. That's what you're looking at right here. There's a lot here. I get that, but I'm just showing you that we have that tool for you. We call this, for fun, we like to have fun too, you know, the 100K challenge. This is where we can sit down with any business and show them how to find more than 100 grand in 45 minutes without them spending any additional money on marketing or advertising, okay? Doesn't matter the size of the business. Doesn't matter the kind of business, whether they're doing $1 million a year or $100 million a year. That doesn't matter. It's all relative to that. But here's what we're going to do. In this 45 minutes of time, we're going to walk them through several of the most foundational principles. We call it our Jumpstart 12. It's an operating system. The biggest companies in the world, the most profitable companies in the world, they've mastered these areas. We're going to show businesses how to do the same, as well as you. You'll understand that as you learn more. But we're going to show them how to find small, incremental improvements in multiple areas. And just like compound interest, when you got one strategy, compound on another strategy, on another, that's how you get what we call profit acceleration. Very difficult to get a lot of growth in one area. That's why you do the compound effect and find small growths. That's doable in almost every single business on the planet. In this business right here for time, you'll see we're at $1 million. In this example, we found over 233,000, which is a 134% improvement. And we just walked them through some questions. All the questions are right here in the screen. We show you how to utilize some pre-done reports. You can customize these as well. Some roadmaps as well, if that's a better fit for you. And all this, again, we train you on how to do all this. I know it's probably overwhelming to look at right now. And then we show you, regardless of what you're going to charge, whether it's $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, we have a number of coaches. They just charge different rates for various reasons. We train you on that if you don't understand it, why. But like in this example, if I was charging $3,000, I'm going to show them how they're going to be able to improve a return on their investment by over 300%. The point for today, we have a visual demonstration that shows them how to improve their revenues, how to improve their profitability, and what their return is going to look like. We call this the 100K challenge, okay? Lastly, or not lastly, I guess, is coaching. How do I coach them to get results with simplicity? We do this. We encourage our coaches to do this for sure, is that as you get them as a client, we want to coach them on one strategy at a time. So if you owned a business and I sat down with you and we're going to start going through your cost control, I'm going to give you a resource in my system to go through to understand the strategy and power behind cutting costs. This helps you and your clients. So you got tangible resources with data, with testimonies, you name it, and all kinds of resources. And then your coaching sessions are going to be guided through a predefined process, or you could take notes here, tasks, you schedule your calls, you name the whole thing, but then you have the implementation, and we show you how to walk through implementation regardless of what the strategy is, but it's a full-blown, step-by-step process to where you coach one strategy at a time, one step at a time. That's the simplicity, and that's the way the system is built. Also, by the way, we onboard you one-on-one. We have an onboarding specialists that's going to work with you to go through the whole process, regardless of how long it takes you. Some people go slow, some people go faster. It's up to you. We'll explain that as well. To fulfill your journey to certification as a profit strategist, okay? So you get a full-blown training and certification. So you have the full seal as a certified profit acceleration specialist and so on, okay? So there you go. I know that's a lot. However, again, you got to solve those three areas. Where do I get prospects? How do I convert them? How do I coach them with simplicity? We have a full-blown system that does that very thing. I've shown you 10% of it, if you will. If you'd like to learn more, simply book and explore the systems call. We're going to give you access to some of our resources, give you a deep dive. We'll talk about your background. We'll talk about what it could look like and what you could earn depending upon what you want to do. It's different for everyone, and we'll go from there. Hope this has helped a little bit in your journey of trying to figure out, your next chapter regarding helping business owners grow.